Howdy everyone, this is Trisha and welcome to my channel. Tonight I'm going to show you how to make this delicious onion dip. It is made with sweet Texas onions. It smells delicious and this would be great for Mother's Day. It would make a great side dish or as an appetizer served with your favorite chips. So let's get to cooking. Alright, so let's talk about the ingredients. Here I have a large chopped onion. This is about 1.5 cups of chopped onions, and I used a Texas sweet onion. So choose a nice sweet onion that isn't too strong. You may use a vidalia onion, for example. Here I've got 2 cups of cheese. This is mozzarella, so choose whatever melty cheese you like. Combine 2 or 3 different ones if you prefer it that way. Here I've got 8 ounces of cream cheese. You could also add 8 ounces of sour cream if you want to put that in there. I did not have it, so I'm opting for a cup of mayonnaise, or I could do a combination of mayonnaise and sour cream. Here I've got a chopped little green onion or little spring onion. There's actually 2 of them here. Here I've got jalapenos in an adobo sauce. This is completely optional. I like a little bit of kick into my onion dip, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. I've also got some minced garlic. This is about 1 tablespoon. You could chop up some fresh garlic or mince it if you want. This would be about maybe 3 cloves. Or you could just use some garlic powder to season it. Speaking of which, I've got some salt and pepper, and you would just season to taste. But I'm also going to be using this garlic and herb because I love using this seasoning. If you have some herbs that you want to put in there, maybe some fresh herbs that you want to chop up and add to it, make it your own. And then of course I've got some sort of a chip on the side. You can use tortilla chips, you can use like a wheat thin, you can use some toast, whatever you want to put your onion dip on. So the first step we're going to do is going to get some hot pan and some oil. You could use olive oil or some avocado oil, and we're going to saute these onions till they are nice and translucent. You could go and caramelize them if you want. Onions are in the pan with some avocado oil, which is what I decided to use, and now I'm going to saute them, and I'll let you know how long it took to get them to the point that I want them. Okay, so my onions have been cooking for about 6 minutes in a low to medium heat, and I've been stirring them around constantly. And here's my garlic, which I'm going to go ahead and add and saute that right in with the onions and go about another 4 minutes. I'm just going to keep an eye on it just to make sure that nothing burns, and we'll be back. Alright, I've got my oven preheating at 375 degrees Fahrenheit, and here in a big old bowl I've got my cream cheese and the mayonnaise, so I'm going to go ahead and mix them up. Now I had my cream cheese out softening in room temperature, but I went ahead and I put it in the microwave for about 30 seconds just to help it up a little bit to get it soft because I didn't have it out long enough. To this I'm going to go ahead and add those hot onions, which is going to help also to make this a little bit creamier. So let's get the onions. Okay, so there goes my onions and my garlic that I've sauteed for 10 minutes. Now, if you don't want your onion to get like brown like this, the way that I have it, just saute it for about 5 minutes, like on a low to medium heat, just so they're translucent. Okay, so now I can add the salt and pepper, and I have about a teaspoon of each. Well, I have about a teaspoon of pepper and about half a teaspoon of salt, but you season it to your taste. All right, as I said before, I'm also going to use this garlic and herb seasoning. This doesn't have any salt in it. You can use some paprika or maybe some chili powder, whatever other spices or herbs you want to add into this. Let's mix it up really well. This is going to be very garlicky, but that's what I like. Okay, so now I want to add some cheese in there, and I've got my 2 cups of mozzarella, so I'm going to add a whole cup in there first. But like I said, you can mix up your cheeses and use whatever melty cheeses you like. Alright, so now that that's all well blended, and I left some cheese for the topping, and so I added about just a little over a cup of the shredded cheese, and now I'm going to add these jalapeno and adobo that I mentioned. Like I said, you can leave these out if you don't care for anything like that. You could also do some little chopped green chilies in there. Look how pretty that makes it look. All right, so now I have transferred my dip into a baking dish. This is actually ready to eat just as it is, but we're gonna go the extra mile. So before you do that, make sure you give it a taste and adjust your salt and pepper to your taste. I've given it a taste and it is really nice and yummy. Okay, so now I've got the rest of the cheese, and what I wanna do is I wanna cover this up with all this yummy cheese. Okay, so now this is ready to be put in the oven. I could top it off with these little onions and bake them, but I think I want to have them nice and pretty the way they are on top after I've baked it. Now, I just want to bake it for about 10 minutes, 10 or 15 minutes. I want this to get nice and hot and bubbly, and I want the cheese to hopefully get a little bit of browning. So let's get into our 375-degree oven. All right, everyone, there you go. I put the timer for 15 minutes. I checked it and I decided I wanted another 5 minutes to get that nice browning on the top. And I think this is good. I'm gonna pull this out. Look at how bubbly that is. And here it is, beautiful. So I've got some little bit of fat floating there on the top. So all I'm going to do is I'm gonna take a napkin and just sort of dab it a little bit and get some of that. You don't have to do that if you don't mind it. But if you don't like it, just do that. Okay, so now I can sprinkle my little fresh onions on top just to give it a really nice pretty look. You can use some chives or even some parsley or cilantro to give it a pretty look. And look at that, everyone. It smells delicious. We got to give it a little taste. All right, everyone, so let's go ahead and just cut into this yumminess. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That looks delicious. It smells delicious. Let's take a little chip here, little cracker, and look at that. Let's give this a taste. It is absolutely delicious. You can enjoy it with whatever chips you like, or some crackers, or like I said, some toasted bread would be nice. Maybe a nice baguette sliced up in toast. Look at that. Delicious. All right, everyone. I'm going to give myself a big old thumbs up. I hope that you too will give me a big old thumbs up and that you enjoyed my recipe for this onion dip. And I hope that you will try. Please leave a nice comment down below. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed. And thank you to everyone who has been subscribing. Also hit the notification bell so that you get notified of when I put up videos, which is twice a week. Also share on your social medias, and as always, enjoy.